As Apex fans and players are leaving the game today, we're talking about the lowest point in Apex Legends history. You see, it's not all about the numbers, and while the numbers definitely don't look great, it's also about the mentality behind the community and how they feel about the game and the current sentiment on the game and the Respawn developers as well. Community member Vashi had posted that I think Apex players are getting to the point where they just don't care anymore. And that just should be the scariest thing for Respawn in the game. It's like before, everyone was passionate enough to cry and complain or want changes, but now it's like everyone's just meh and just playing something else. Player base has dipped down to 43,000 earlier, and I've never seen that before in Apex. Obviously, Steam charts don't tell the whole story, but they do a pretty good job at telling most of it. Just 2 days ago, we were at 54,000 players for Apex. That was on the Steam chart graph. And unfortunately, the story seems to be pretty similar over the last couple of months. So you would notice back in early January of this year, we were at a whopping 469,000. The player base was actually looking quite solid. Unfortunately, though, this has not been anywhere close to where we are as of recent time. On a good day, we're pretty grateful if numbers are even close to half of that. It's definitely unfortunate when you look at all-time numbers and to know that we're not even at a quarter of that anymore. Times are definitely changing, and like Vashi suggests, it's no longer just complaining, but it definitely seems like players are going to other games now. And if this doesn't worry Respawn or put a fire under them to finally do things that many people have been asking for, then it's not looking great. From my understanding, when it comes to leaks and the future of this game, there are a lot of things coming, some of which are possibly going to be nice, others of which don't necessarily seem that great. To be honest with you, there's been a massive change in the content world of Apex, especially when it comes to news and leaks. I remember being so pumped and excited for future stuff in the game based upon what was out there in the leaking world and data mining world, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It seems leaker channels are much less popular than what they were years ago because there simply isn't as much to be excited for. Now, this topic garnered a lot of conversation on Reddit recently, and here's what the community had to say, especially from those that were looking to leave the game. So it started off with Smile Okie Dokie posting saying it looks downhill from here, the highest low from the start of the game on Steam. That's right, we are statistically looking at possibly the worst it has ever been. And he said, did you notice anything with the player drop on console sometimes getting matched with the same people or just meet them next match? This is actually true from me from some of the ranked gameplay you would see. I actually had the exact same team multiple times in a row. However, I will say this is not the first time it's happened, especially during low player base months. I've also had this happen when the game was definitely thriving very well. So not sure if there's something else behind the explanation for that. Regardless, it is something to note, but many of the comments had a lot to say as to why all of this was happening. Vast Rice had said, the problem that I have is this. Everyone wants to love Apex because of Titanfall. The universe is beloved for its setting and all the characters are great, looks good, interesting, fleshed out very well. The music is good, but when they work, mechanics are smooth with great movement, but the game stays broken on a fundamental level. Rampant cheating, predatory shops, never-ending server issues, etc., all due to corporate greed. Their complete disregard for the very player base that loves and supports the game is sickening, simply because doing the right thing would hurt shareholders' profits. Absolutely maddening and insane behavior. It seems that a lot of people agree with that, especially when you go back to Vashi's tweet. One of the top comments had said that the thing is, when players complain and tell them about the game, it does nothing. But when they tell them about the store, it's fixed within 30 minutes or less. Now, despite corporate greed being one of the top reasons that many are not happy about the current state of the game, the absolute second most common reason people are frustrated right now is by far the matchmaking. Almost all the comments that you scroll on and see are all about matchmaking. Mr. Tim saying it's fun, but matchmaking is awful. Feisty Clue saying the game is better than it's been in a while, but the matchmaking is just awful. Frankly Moist, until they fix matchmaking, I won't be back. There seems to be many reasons players are frustrated that cause them to leave that we all agree with, and even God of Onion saying same here, complete the daily challenges and weekly. Progress the battle pass bit by bit, but once it's completed, there's nothing to earn really. Not much joy anymore in the game. Plus, why put your time into a game where it almost seems like they don't care about us players, but rather our wallets and money? Classic EA shenanigans. What are your thoughts on the current state of Apex and the lowest point in Apex history? There's currently a poll on our YouTube community post to ask the question, what would actually bring you back to Apex? Let us know in the comments and check out the poll post down below. And until the next time, we will see you all later.